Would on that on that way to perhaps differentiate, would you gee, I'm wondering if it's just easier that you're just making your own decision to say, oh, this room's a train wreck. There's boxes and everything else in here. I can't bear as a photographer, even if the client has not ordered virtual staging. I'm just going to do this virtual staging by AI in order to surprise and delight the client. And the perception was it didn't cost them anything extra, even if you had bumped up your price.
Yeah. I've the clients that I decided to give the images to in this test were ones who typically hadn't ordered virtual staging, or they said, hey, I really want to do a good job on this listing. They don't want to pay for staging. I don't want to pay for staging. And, just casual conversation stuff is coming out, or where there was clutter in a room and the rest of the house looked fine, except one room was all their storage stuff.
Mhm.
And so those are the kind of the ones that I picked for this project. And I think that as photographers, I can see a space and say, okay, these are the images that I would want to see if I was looking for a house to buy, or these are the hero shots of this property. Let's stage these ones versus, maybe an agent is not looking with the same eye. And that's why they rely on us, is because we have that eye for what shots we want to get. Um, so yeah, I could see a world where I was picking the angles and picking the style of furniture and then just saying, here you go.
Mhm. Do you ever get depressed where the
All the
listing?
time. You
Do
want to
you
talk
ever
about
get
that now? No, I'm kidding.
do you ever get depressed because the space is just so cluttered and the client's not willing to pay for the virtual staging? And you feel like, oh, this is a problem you could solve, surprise and delight them, not charge them for it, and have them be happy.
I haven't been depressed in the last 3 months since I've kind of learned of this. So no, that hasn't been a thing for me. But I have came across houses that were like, oh man, Freddy Krueger horror type houses that probably just needed to be tore down, and you would get more for it than just with a house on it. And then I've, photographed a $35 million penthouse in San Francisco that looked immaculate until you get to the bathroom and there's like a clothes hamper with underwear in the shower and toothbrushes and just not $35 million,
Yeah.
35 minutes listing.
Did you
So
try and declutter that space just out of
no,
curiosity?
because this was years ago, but I was
Yeah.
thinking as I was doing this would have been perfect because although the agent was at the house and said, hey, how come you didn't move the laundry basket with the underwear? I'm like, that's not my job. I'm not doing that. You were there at the house. You should have did that. And so the option was you can pay $60 and we can virtually declutter it and then stage it. And I didn't have this option. So he didn't want to do that. So he put the images out there with the laundry basket and the $35 million penthouse. Um, had I had this option, I probably would just said, here you go, have at it.